Iko Nini. So kuna hii headline moja nilibaki nimecheki. The headline ilikuwa ni a nation. Ilikuwa ni where are the Gen Zs? Then ikakuwa IBC struggles to attract voters in registration drive. And I don't know how to make this thing. Because to make people look at this thing seriously. Because the way I'm looking at it is this way. A lot of people want change. But as they want this change, they are not ready to go and register as voters. And I think that with the Gen Zs also, we have to look at the protests and look at the protests from a different lens. At some point, and people don't want to admit this, but being in the middle of town and posting a video of yourself in the middle of town was a cool thing. So a lot of people who did not want to do it ended up doing it. So how now do we make registering for vote cool? Yes, I think that's what a few things that need to happen. Maybe us wafanyaga dance challenges, waenda wafanya donjo maber karibu na polling station. I don't know, yani yo IBC office, I don't know, but we need to do something. What's going to happen is, as long as we don't make this thing cool, then if you come to square voting, we have to somehow maybe start I voted challenge. Because saizi tunadili na raya sizo za kawaida. Because miunge niambia that this time, we'd struggle with voter registration and it would be so little that kuna wase wanafurahia. I think niliona msa anaitwa Alai, like Alai had actually joked about this because alikuwa anacheka because au ni wale wase wana believe that the Gen Zs are going to do nothing. Najua they still believe that the Gen Zs wanaenda kudo nothing. Yes, I think Alai alikuwa meka he alafu ikakuwa ni why are the Gen Zs where are the Gen Zs? So kama any Gen Z na uja register and you're waiting for last minute, stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. And if you don't stop the bullshit, then forever hold your peace. Taki kusikia ukisema one time, because literally you need to shut them. Yes, because you're not serious. If you're just doing it, and if you need to kwenda huko, then utuambie since ulienda na umetuonyesha kadi tukupatie likes na tu retweet, tafadhali enda ufanye hivyo. Just do anything, but don't situangushe. And but tukitoka hapo tuangalie crime. So crime hii country yetu, I think we live in the country that inakuwaga nini ni make it by all means necessary, and as long as you make it, we don't care where you made your money from. So this is the reason why we end up with all these rich people who we don't know where they made their money from, but everywhere tukiwasalimia tunawasalimia na maujinga zingine hivi na vitu kama hizo. So kuna hii headline nibaki nimecheki. Hii headline ilikuwa kwa The Standard, and the headline was Cocaine Highway. And this is one of those really scary stories about Kenya, because Kenya ni country that if you have money, you can literally do anything. So the headline was crime scene, then ikakuwa marketed as a mode of aviation security. As a model of aviation security, JKIA now stands exposed as a soft underbelly in the global drugs trade. Investigations reveal how a British passport holder, Damata Dos Santos, 28, was waved through checks with cocaine worth millions in his luggage. Aided by handlers in uniform and plainclothes, his arrest in London has left Kenya's law enforcement silent, fueling fears that East Africa's busiest hub is in the grip of cartel infiltration. So try kuimagine hiyo. Mse alipitaga JKIA na kokaina. Kosha yendaga JKIA unajua. How hard that would be unless you're helped by wase wako huko ndani. So alafu ikabaki imeendelea, ikakuwa ni May 13th. A foreigner walked into Kenya's supposedly high-guarded international airport carrying a briefcase packed with Class A and B drugs that included cocaine worth millions of shillings. With surprising ease, he slipped through departures. Then, the suspect, the 28-year-old man, has been identified by investigations as Damata Dos Santos. He was traveling on a British passport, but believed to be of Brazilian origin, aboard flight BA064. I guess your BA in Kenya and the British Airways. Okay, hopefully, I don't know. I'm just assuming. Then ikakuwa September 2nd, Dos Santos had made another trip on September 2nd last year. He traveled again using his British passport, arriving in Nairobi on a KQ flight. 4 days later, he booked a flight back to London. Then June 16th, the Metropolitan Police confirmed to the Standard the arrest of Dos Santos, noting that he appeared before the Isleworth, yes, I think in Isleworth Crown Court on June 16th, where he was remanded in custody, that is, pending trial on December 3rd, 2025. So this is what's happening. So now tunajua JKIA is a crime scene, and this also brings up the other very scary fact that sometimes when we are traveling, we don't wrap our bags and we don't hatuwekagi padlocks. So I think with this, Buddha joeka padlock, because what these people are going to do is watachukua suitcase yako waeke mihadarati, ndio ukifika huko mbele wao wende ushikwe, na ukiweza kupenya baadaye unapigiwa na mboniaje suitcase yako na yangu ilikuwa mixed up, alafu unapata uko na mihadarati hapo ndani. So I think that's one of the things ile tunanid kufikiria, kwa sasa better safe than sorry. That's what I'd say. Like ukisikia kitu kama hii, better safe than sorry. But now kuna vile nilisema, Kenya it's all about getting rich. So nilicheki story jo, na hii story ilikuwa some scary stuff still So ilikuwa kwa Citizen Digital, na ilikuwa ni probe exposes gangs now using high-end vehicles to commit robberies. Sikia hiyo? Yes. Alafu ni Kenya, so acha tusikie. A disturbing pattern is unfolding across Nairobi's affluent neighborhoods, a wave of meticulously planned robberies targeting high-end estates. Ikakuwa, what is raising alarm is the criminals' evolving strategy. Once dependent on low-profile vehicles, these syndicates now deploy luxury SUVs like the Toyota Prado, blending effortlessly into the upscale environments they exploit. Then ikakuwa ni Citizen TV revisited victims of these sophisticated heists in General Madhenge Drive, Syokimau, Shanzu Road and Embakasi, where the operations appear calculated and chillingly synchronized. Then ikaendelea at Sandpark Estate in Syokimau, 4 individuals, 2 men and 2 women dressed in buibui arrive in a Toyota Prado, registration number KDS 720F. They claim to be heading to the swimming pool but failed to register with security. Why? Because Kenyan watchmen practice a lot of classism. If you show up there with a high-end car, unapata uochea kufanyia ndio achotewe so mbili or so ya chai, which of course I understand the poverty, but at some point if your work is security, you have to do your work and your job is to just check and make sure kule kunaenda. Then ikakuwa moments later the group was seen entering one of the apartments. CCTV footage confirms they broke in and made away with valuables and cash. Their faces, now familiar, have been flagged in other complexes they previously robbed. So ndio kitu ina happen. Hizi raya zina show up na hizi magari za kifahari, alafu wanakaa wanaiba vitu. Alafu kitu scary na hii ni pia happening na Airbnb. I think kuna at some point ile ilikuwa ni they show up like kuna a couple that was shown. So the couple would show up na hii like very big suitcases. Kumbe wamekuja jo kusafisha jo. Wanamaliza na Airbnb yako jo, wanachukua kila kitu wanaenda nayo. So maybe walikuwa wamekulipa 10k for the night. Mpata pale ulikuwa umeseti like TV, umeseti whatever. Hata hizo microwave zote wanaziseti ndani. Vitu worth more than 10k wanabaki wameenda nazo. So bila musamaga tunakuwa very dishonest society, and with that means you always have to najienda kwa ni eternal vigilance. Because even another scary story that ilisikia I think was a wife ndiye alikuwa ananiambia that kuna another couple that was captured on camera and they were old people and they were doing the same shit. They were like people in their 60s/70s, kabudana kamadha, na because of that frail nature walikuwa wanatokea, tumekuja hii weekendi tunapendana tumekuja kujivinjari. Unaamka jua asubuhi jua wamesafisha hao yako by the time they take it back to you. So hii kuwa rada jo, uko na Airbnb or something like that, kuwa rada. Kwa unaishi kwa hizi affluent neighborhoods, kuwa rada, jua vile unafunga mlango yako. Sasa utafika pale jo, maybe wewe ni raya Iko Nini, unasikia gamwafa kikwambia chukua OLED. Umechukua ka OLED na kuja unaangalia wall yako. Damn, I left something there. Unafunga mlango tena unaangalia, hii ni nyumba mwangu kweli? Which neighborhood is this? Dandora? Kumbe jo naishi. So ikiendelea ikakuwa ni nini? In Embakasi, Surveillance captures a businessman withdrawing cash from a local bank. Unknown to him, he's being tracked by suspects in a Nissan X-Trail. The vehicle follows him from the bank to his workplace. CCTV shows the X-Trail parked beside his car, suggesting premeditated surveillance. Shortly after the businessman's car is found with a shattered window, the suspects attempted to steal the cash but failed. The victim had already secured the money elsewhere. With this nakuaga 50-50 because mi naenda kubonga na wewe jo. Niko sure utaniambia there are people who don't have phones, but mi siku hizi vile najua it's going to be a cold day in hell kabla unipate nimeenda kwa kaunta fulani kuchukua sijui pesa inatoshana hivi. Kama uwezi chukua M-Pesa, mi na wewe biashara tutafanyia place inaitwa Kaji, cause hakuna vile na risk. If I lose all this money, you won't want to know. So either we do it digitally or let's not do it at all. Historia ya kwanza kutembea sijui na pesa inakaa hivi na unaishi kwa Nairobi ya Sakaja where thugs are everywhere. No, I'm not doing that. Alafu kwanza kudrive around na pesa. So huyu alisevika, but hiyo ni shauri yake. At some point lazima ikuwe mimi sina M-Pesa, sawa, enda utafute Airtel money. Kama si hivyo hakuna vile mimi na withdraw ati nimekuja na pesa mingi hivi. Kwa sawa, unless kwani mimi ni politician jo. So kulikuwa na hiyo, alafu ilikuwa ni documents from the NTSA reveal the X-Trail is registered to a private company in Nairobi. Investigations into its ownership are ongoing. Then ikakuwa between September 26th and 29th, a Toyota Prados was spotted in multiple neighborhoods. General Madhenge, Rupra Parklands, Shanzu. Alafu CCTV footage places the vehicle at each location, raising suspicions of a wider criminal network. Residents say the suspects pose as house hunters. Yes, hiyo pia inakuaga. Atizi mafala zinatokea kwa like an affluent neighborhoods, zinajifanyisha zinatafuta keja. Then what do? Si wanaachwa hivi kidogo, then they break into other apartments and steal stuff. Alafu ikakuwa ni the use of high-end vehicles, coordinated surveillance and deceptive tactics marks a dangerous shift in urban crime. So kuwa rada jo. So isahau kwa Nairobi. I think kuna wasi usawigiwa kwa Nairobi. Unasahau jo una deal na vultures. Jo una deal na people who given a chance to rob you, they rob you. And I think there was also some footage that was going around. Ilikuwa ni nini? Footage iko ina go around, ilikuwa ni mother fulani anauza beans katikati ya tao. I think even a few people tagged me on that. Ile vile au kuwekeaga nini like a false base. So unaona kitu imejaa alafu namwagiwa. Unashindwa kwa nini kitu haijamwagiwa? Kimwagiwa kumbe ndio wameweka kwa false base. Ni kitu happenigi hata kwa mahindi na vitu kama hizo. Unapata gani wa mother? Because hiki to this level of crime unasibu ni mabuda peke yake. But Nairobi just know, ama Kenya just know, everyone given an opportunity to be dishonest, they'll be dishonest. Which other story did I see? This was a very interesting story jo. Hii niliona kutoka kwa DCI jo. Alafu hii ni zile za wahenga wenye busara walinena like father like son. So ilikuwa ni father and son nabbed in 236,000 Gikomba M-Pesa fraud. Then kakuwa okay, the curtain has fallen on notorious father and son con team that has been milking M-Pesa shops dry in Nairobi's Gikomba market. Then kabaki imeendelea, the duo 49-year-old Peter Mwendwa Musyoka and his 23-year-old son Dennis Musyoka were arrested at their hideout in Komarok, Nyama Villa Estate after Shauri Moyo detectives trailed digital footprints linking them to a 236,000 M-Pesa fraud carried on September 2nd at Gikomba market. Then kasemekana at their residence, detectives recovered used and unused SIM cards, ID cards, agent and pay bill numbers from Safaricom, Airtel and Telcom, as well as laptop and smartphones believed to have been used in the scheme. Then skia jo, like father like son. It has since been established that the father is the mastermind, introducing his son to the illicit trade and grooming him into conning unsuspecting M-Pesa operators. Together, they form a part of a broader syndicate targeting Nairobi's mobile money dealers. Both suspects are currently in custody undergoing processing, pending arraignment as detectives pursue other members of the syndicate. So, kuna kabuda hapo, kabuda kanaitwa nani jo? Peter Mwendwa Musyoka, Kitui County. Then kuna ID number hapo, gender, iraya, sizile za they na them, ni male. kawekisetwa M, alafu stealing contrary to penal code bla bla bla. So hapa ni DCI Shauri Moyo. Then kuna son jo, son anaitwa Dennis Msioka Mwendwa. Wacha to go back to Buddha ni Peter Mwendwa Msioka, then son ni Msioka Mwendwa. Yes, Kitui. ID number imefika kama 41. Damn, yenyewe mimi ni mzee jo, siwezi sema yangu 41. Okay. So yeah, like father like son jo. So son saa hizi itabidi jua aende wakule maragwe kidogo. Watu walikama up na syndicate. So ile kitu nashindwa ni of course kulikuwa na the IDs. Damn, hizi ni ID zote jo. Damn jo, hizi ni ID kibao. Oh, okay. Kuzi hii crime ukiniuliza the way it's done, I actually don't know. But as I always say, I don't have a thug bone in me. The closest I've been to thug shit in rap music. And that's where it ends. But going back to the sun, nizataka kufuata Instagram ya iraya. Sikueni zile raya za we all have 24 hours. Yes, as they sleep I'm out here hustling and they wonder how I'm doing. Najuanga hizo raya ushindaga zikikupatia like some bullshit knowledge, unashindwa hizi ni gani tena. So I don't know if the sun was full of shit hivo, but yes it is I don't know how to feel, man. Of course crime kuna raya zinakuwaga like watu waona nini, but ndio mkai chini and come up with that level of sophistication, because umecheki like the number of ID cards there is just ridiculous. So I don't know what to feel about that. Alafu imeni remind jo, kuna video fulani nilicheki. Hii video jo niliona wapi, and I said that I'd keep the link, and somehow sikuweka hiyo link, but ilikuwa ni raya fulani ikuwa inapatia na story ya vile inaendaga kunasemaga inaendaga wapi, ati inaishiaga pahali alafu ina meet watu, alafu kisha mitaa se inachukua namba zao, then baadaye inawapigia like contacts, ile kukwambia unajua zile ujinga za your network is your net worth. It was some bullshit like that. And I remember I really hoped, I really wished life was that simple, that you can just meet people and these people are going to pick your call baadaye. And I really hate that level of like making people look like they don't try hard enough. So this dude was talking about your stories are networking, and it was so bad. I don't know who this dude was. I don't know how he forgot to retweet that. Hiyo ni video nikipata, even baadaye I'll just play it and react to it, because it was that ridiculous and that annoying. It was just one of those dudes who are there. Those dudes who figured out success. And zile dudes nakwambia that there's nothing like luck. Everything is pure hard work and what. Yes, hard work plays a role. I won't siwezi kata. But we always have to also put in the fact that there's an element of luck that comes with that. Alafu, it's good to have some light moments. So kuna hii nilicheki, haikuwa funny sana. Hii ili happen I think maside the States. So wacha tuwachi video jo, ni funny sana. Ni raya fulani ilienda ikachukua like credit card yake, alafu akabaki ameichonga, alafu anaenda around anapatia madem, and it's super funny.
62, por favor.
Okay.
Ay, no. ¿Qué es esto? ¿La pasaron? Ay, no.
Se me juntó el público aquí que la quieren ver.
Ay, no.
Que faltó una, dice.
Ay, que no.
Mademu penda nyeti jo. Damn, yani wanajua tu live tu wanajua hii ni nyeti. Nishaona kitu kama hii, niliona lini? Jana usiku. Mademu wanapenda nyeti sana. So I found that to be funny. And apart from fun stuff, of course sometimes you see very sad stuff. And I saw this video and I don't know if I'm not even angry, because I look at the woman and she's an old woman. So kuna hii video ile, it's an old woman and she's gone to a church, and ikifala kiko hapo kinagonga huu mother. I don't know what she's ailing from, but ni some preacher. So afu kinamtemea mate. damn man, Africa cause niko sure huyu mother in her mind ana assume that hii mate ni somehow special. Hii mate inaweza baki imemtibu, and it's one of those things, of course mupendaga kusema that the laws of nature are never suspended, so at no point will some humans saliva have medicinal properties. That's never going to happen. So the worst that can happen, ama the best that can happen from this situation is the woman contracting some diseases from this dude. And I really hate this man, cause ili unapataga like raya ziko like kwa nini mwafight religion, muifight kuzo vitu kama hizi. Cheki huyu madha ni mzee yuko hapo anapigwa kofi za sura, and you know it's for nothing, it's helping nothing. Anapigwa kofi, anadisrespectiwa, there's nothing we can do about it, man. And I'll keep doing my part, I'll keep mocking nini ntakuudhi vile musema, but show inaitwa Iko Nini, cause nataka you have more faith in yourself, man, like, and also never put your parent through this level of nonsense. Just so sad, man. So wacha niende nitrai kutafuta video ule mse alikuwa na encourage wase najua networking, alafu cheki kama utabaki umenikatch on the next one. Wacha niwei mosquito jo. Iko Nini.